Okay, welcome everyone. Just me today, folks. Just me today. Don't everybody moan and groan at once. This is sort of a special bonus training on LeadPages, specific to ideas of how you can use it for real estate. And so I'm going to go through some ideas. Feel free to ask your questions after the fact, because it's just me today. After the fact, what I'll probably do is we'll go back and create a Google Doc summarizing and bullet pointing out some ideas and key points and so forth, as well as maybe any additional resources, etc. I have already put in the chat, if you're not using LeadPages, where you can get it. I will also put in the chat where to get a free trial of GetResponse. I think most of you on here are probably already using that, but if not, you can get a free trial there. And we're just going to dive in. So I think what I will do is I'll start by showing the easiest and fastest way for you to start using LeadPages. For example, if you're already using the Reticulous method, how you can just immediately start capturing more leads by simply doing the exact same thing you're already doing with LeadPages. So I've logged into the LeadPages account, our LeadPages account. Now this account, you may see some pages and so forth. This is not an account we're using for real estate. It's actually for our affiliate marketing / network marketing business. But I'm going to show you examples of of using it for real estate. So you can toggle through the templates here at the right. I'm gonna pick opt-in templates. Now here's something that's very cool. You can order these. Oh, I haven't shared the screen. Well, I am recording. Sorry. Here we go. Now I'm sharing. Thank you. Thanks everybody. I always seem to forget that when I don't have Ryan. So I've clicked on, this is just what you see when you log in. It'll default go to templates, I believe, when you log in. And I've clicked on opt-in pages because that's what we're going to build first. And I'll show everybody, a template you can use in, that works sort of with what we showed you yesterday, Google Hangouts. But anyway, let's stay on topic here. So one cool feature here, there's so many cool features about LeadPages, but one cool thing here is you can actually sort them by what is getting the highest opt-in rate, which is really cool. I think, helpful. So I'm going to take and use a very basic squeeze page. In fact, I'm going to take and use this one right here, because this is probably the closest in proximity to sort of what we tell you to do with GetResponse. Robert, this isn't part of Reticulous. You can get a LeadPages account with the link below. This is a bonus for people that, we had a bunch of people that got a LeadPages account from a workshop we did a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to show things that are specific to using a LeadPages account, but I'm going to get into some ideas that you can use even if you're just using GetResponse. So if we're not going to use LeadPages, should we still stay on? I think so. I think you're going to get some tips as well, but it's totally your call. Anywho, I'm going to pick to use this template, the super basic squeeze page. And one thing I'll say is you have to make sure, I make this mistake all the time. I'll go in and start editing something, and I forget to hit OK, and then I'll click on another box, and if you don't hit OK, it doesn't actually change the save. It doesn't save the changes. So just a quick tip there. Make sure you hit OK when you make a change there. Dan, I can address that at the end. Why is it's working better, but the other process works just fine too. So here's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm actually, for this case, I'm going to hide this pre-headline. Okay? And I'm going to click OK. I'm going to hide the legal information. I'm going to click OK. And a couple of things you could do here. You might hide this as well, or you might do this, because we're finding this verbiage is helping on our Facebook ads. This service is 100% free, no cost or obligation. Make sure we hit OK. Now we're going to click here. Free weekly list of Harrisburg foreclosure deals. Really that simple. Hit OK. And we're going to change this to see the list now. Now, this is very, very similar to what you've seen us and had us show you with using GetResponse. The difference is when you use LeadPages and a person clicks on your ad on their mobile device, this will look and be this will fill the screen and be very easy to read. Whereas the GetResponse web forms, while they are clean and uncluttered, it's kind of, the text is small and it's harder to read. And what it means is, particularly on mobile devices, which we're seeing about 30 to 40% of traffic is coming on a mobile device, this will look better. Now, an example of how of that in an example that you can see of that is if you've got your mobile device, and you don't have to do this now, but the new seller lead capture, the two-step one, that's actually a LeadPages template. So you can see how better optimized it is for mobile traffic. That's another reason, Dan, why. Because it's optimized for mobile traffic. But I'm going to hit OK here. Now, some important things that we need to do here. One, we have to do the opt-in form integration. And actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save this. Man, come on. Harrisburg foreclosures. I'm going to save this because some of you may not have done this part already, and I should have started with this. I just didn't think of it. Okay, we're going to X out this. We can come back to that. We're going to go to My Account, Integrations, and you'll notice that LeadPages integrates with a number of different things. And actually, I didn't realize, someone had asked this, I think, before, about Constant Contact. It's kind of cool. I mean, this integrates with Aweber, MailChimp, Infusionsoft, Office Autopilot, SendReach, iContact, GetResponse, One Shopping Cart, and Constant Contact, and GoToWebinar. Here's the deal. If you do the traditional GetResponse integration, what will happen is it will force a double opt-in confirmation. And we don't want that. Okay? Or at least in our estimation, you don't want that. Okay? So, what you want to do is you want to turn on the Office Autopilot integration. And it's literally just clicking on it and saying OK. And then I will show you how you can integrate a GetResponse web form by doing that. Now, I do have a video. I have a video out there which I've already shared with a bunch of people showing this, but I'll just show it again since we're live here. So I'll log into one of my GetResponse accounts. Whoops, that's not it. There you go. And what you would do, in fact, I'll do it from start to finish here so you can see how easy it is. We're going to create a new web form. Obviously, you would want to choose the campaign that you want the web form for, because sometimes we forget to do that, right? And then it ends up being a web form for the wrong campaign. So make sure you've got the right campaign when you create the web form. But I just choose the blank one that we usually recommend you use. Click apply. I get rid of the name field. Next step. Custom thank you page. Here's where we would want to put the VIP buyer application form, okay, like we would normally do. I don't have that now. I didn't do that ahead of time. So I'm just going to leave this at this. I'm going to click next step. Once we get here, we want to switch to this to show HTML code, and we're going to copy this. We'll go back here. Go back to my pages. And don't worry about it, everybody. We're recording this. You know, you'll have this and so forth. You don't have to freak out if you're struggling to follow along. We'll get this out to everybody, the recording. We're going to go to opt-in form integration. We're going to choose Office Autopilot, and we're going to paste this HTML code in here. We're going to leave this off. This digital asset delivery, we're going to talk about this. I'll talk about this after I show you this example. Really cool and powerful little functionality that's built in here. But for the time being, I'm not going to show that one. I'm just going to click OK. The other thing I can do, which is really cool, is I can exit pop. So we could exit pop to whatever you want. You could exit pop to your Facebook fan page. You could exit pop to your VIP buyer application. You could exit pop to a search. You know, if you've got a search site, you could exit pop to that and let them, you know, search a little bit, and then, you know, maybe that has a forced registration. But you can exit pop, which is another cool functionality. SEO settings. So the page title, I'm going to name this Harrisburg, PA foreclosures, and then I'm just going to copy and paste these here and here. Can't guarantee anything will happen with that, but it doesn't hurt anything. It simply means that when I look at the page, see where it says LeadPages up here? When I look at the page, it'll say Harrisburg, PA foreclosures. Google, if and when it indexes the page, we'll see that as, you know, that's what this site is about, Harrisburg, PA foreclosures. Tracking code, you can put tracking code in here. So you could put, like you could put conversion pixels from Facebook here if you wanted. That's a bit of an advanced feature and one that most folks don't really need, so I'm not even going to go too deep into that. And then the rest of this is just, you know, how the page actually looks. So that's all we're going to do for now, and I'm just going to click Save. And now, if we've done everything that we show you in the method as far as building your campaign and get response, you now have a better functioning, like a mobile optimized, better functioning capture form that you can use in your Facebook marketing, Craigslist marketing, any of your marketing really, because it'll show up, it'll look great, and I'll here's what I'll do. Whoops. You know what? That stinks. This is another thing to watch out for. LeadPages, every once in a while, it'll get stuck. You'll try to do a save, and it'll just get stuck on saving, and never actually save. So if that happens, you will have to redo anything that you hadn't saved ahead of time. So I like to save a lot when I'm using it, simply because you can lose stuff. Yeah, so we lost. That stinks. So I guess I didn't save when I did the opt-in integration. So I'll show that one more time. I'm going to drop this link in the chat, but just know that, like, this isn't set up properly, meaning like I didn't set up a campaign. I didn't do, you know, there's no follow-up sequence or anything. It's just for you to see how to build a page here. While I'm doing that, also know that, like, you know, free weekly list of whatever you could do here. And again, we're going to go into some other ideas of what you can use this for. Publish. What are you talking about? Why is it still saying that? Not sure why it's still giving me a weird error saying it's not. There, now it's gone. Okay, so Dan asked, is there a way to create a page in LeadPages and add the Google map as the background image like the Retext seller page? Okay, great question, Dan. You can't do it the way Ryan has done it, which is dynamic, but you can put, you can't on this one, but let's pull up, we'll pull up a different, whoops, whoa, that was almost bad.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.
Whoops, I just kicked everybody off the webinar by accident, so hang with me, hang with me.
Welcome to GoToWebinar, Webinars Made Easy. Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an organizer and may now speak to any other organizers or panelists on the line. When you are ready to begin the presentation, press the Start Broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel to allow all attendees to hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast.
All right, sorry, I don't really know what happened there or why the webinar ended. It was, I guess I was clicking the wrong button. I was trying to do something in LeadPages and must have hit something accidentally on GoToWebinar. Anyway, that was all recorded, so we're all good. Back to Dan's question, which was putting a background image. So if you choose a different template, you can put whatever background image you'd like, and I'll show an example. You can't do it dynamically the way Ryan's done it. Quite honestly, I don't know how he does half that stuff. The one, I would choose either this one or this one if you're going to do that, okay? So I'll show doing that. I'll choose this one. Because this is actually the template that Ryan is using in that, in the seller page. So, you know, you can get rid of this. You know, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with that. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do maps.google. Do Enola PA. And you can put any background image you want. Now, you know, it'll give you recommendations on how to optimize it so that it looks good as the background, but I'll just take a snapshot of this. And yes, I do live very close to the boonies, as you can see. There's just a whole bunch of mountains and trees there. But I can go background image. I'm not even going to explain some of those. It's simply explained by the fact that Ryan is my partner. Some of those that you see on the left-hand side there. Choose that. And if you are on the LeadPages webinar, you might have heard Clay mention the fact that, you know, there's a reason that this girl is looking at the opt-in box because it points the person in the direction. And we're using that for our general internet marketing, affiliate marketing, network marketing stuff. But for real estate, I would keep things more real estate related. You know, it would probably work, even using this template with the free weekly list. But I would make it more real estate specific. Let's see here. For some reason, it doesn't want to upload. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you another way that you can upload images that sometimes it'll get stuck. And part of this, I'm sure, is because we're on the webinar here. Under My Account, you can do My Images. So let's see if that works. So we'll upload that. Man, it just doesn't want to connect. While that's working, let me pop over to the questions here to see. Yeah, how the heck did Ryan make that Google Map dynamic? That's sneaky little ... Yeah, he's a wizard. Get response doesn't transfer the address over from LeadPages. They don't also give notification of a new lead. Tyler, so you've used our template with get response. That's what I'm guessing. Unfortunately, Ryan's not here, and he would be the one that would have to address that. So I hate to shirk that off, but he should be on tomorrow and can try to address that. I know he was going to play with trying to figure out how to do that. I know that he was aware that you weren't necessarily getting the address notified through get response, but you should be getting the notification from our system of the address. Or maybe not. Anyway, Tyler, if you can be on tomorrow, Ryan will address that tomorrow. I'll make sure that we talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, this is where you can upload new images and such. So let's go back. I don't think we saved that page. It's there now, so I can show you. Just choose this template. Background. There we go. It's a little distorted because it's not exactly the dimensions. Like, I think it tells you the recommended dimensions. Yeah, it says 1440 by 1100 pixels is the recommended. But it doesn't look awful, not too bad. Okay, so that's some basics, okay? Now I want to show and talk about oh, you did exactly what Tyler, then it's a get response problem. It's nothing. If you're talking about using LeadPages and get response, then something's not set up right, because I personally use it exactly how I've just showed, and it always seems to work, unless, again, you're talking about the Reticulous Seller lead page template that Ryan built. But either way, if you can be on tomorrow, Ryan will be on and we can address it. Let's talk about how you can use some other ways you can use this. So, we talk a lot about the free list, but some of the ways you can use this ties in a little bit of what we talked about on yesterday's, a Google Hangout, or you could do, since we're on here, I'll just edit this one. So, you could create, like, let's see, free weekly West Shore real estate market update, or something like this. And it could be a report and or a video from you walking through the report. So you could simply, once a week, go into your MLS and just do a market update. Go through and talk about the number of new listings and pendings and solds. Maybe highlight a new listing or a price reduction property or something like that. And you could also create a PDF report, and that goes in with this other thing that I think you should all use, which is their digital asset delivery, or digital asset, I forget what it's called, but we'll see it in a second. So we'll go to my account and digital asset delivery. So you can upload a PDF and LeadPages will send it directly. So this is really powerful for a number of reasons. Even if, let me see here. Let's go back to the free weekly list of foreclosures link. I would recommend doing everything you're currently doing and just using LeadPages to do it. So like you have the opt-in page, you send them to the VIP buyer application, you have the follow-up emails and get response. Additionally though, you could upload a report, and the report could be a PDF from your MLS. It could be some report that you create on, 3 reasons why you should buy a home right now. Whatever. There's lots of ideas of what you could do. Create that PDF report and upload it to the digital asset delivery right here. And when you do that, what it means is they will get, here's why you should use it. One, it's over delivering, right? So it's like this, free bonus. In fact, here's how we're using it in one of them. It says bonus report, top 4 resources. And this is an email that goes out directly from LeadPages after someone has opted into a video that we call the 4-step freedom formula. And so they get an email directly from LeadPages on top of an email through GetResponse. And it says right here, we've emailed the video we promised separately, but thought you might find this report helpful as well. Now, the reason I really like doing this is 1, you're over-delivering. 2, you're giving people who like to consume information by reading a different modality to consume the information. And 3, and possibly most importantly, at least in our testing, and it's been confirmed by Clay, who's like the head guy over at LeadPages, these emails, these digital asset delivery emails, are going into the primary inbox. So even if your initial get response email goes into the promotions box, this should get delivered to the primary. And here's the thing. If you're using the same email address to deliver this as you're using with your GetResponse account that's sending the emails, if the person gets this in their primary and they download the report, that's an engagement with your email address, which means you're at forthcoming, the emails that you have coming after that fact are more likely to go into their primary inbox. That was pretty deep, but I hope you understand what I hope you get what I'm saying here. And in fact, I'll just show you. I can't show you specifically for real estate, but I'll show you an example of what we're doing with it. Okay, so here's a LeadPages. Again, this is not for our real estate business, but I just want to show you what I'm talking about. So you click on this. We're going to enter to get the video. I got to create a unique email because I've tested this a bazillion times. Plus test 5. Watch the video. Now I have this redirecting to the video. It's not a big deal. And my computer is really slow otherwise. It's not so much about this part of it. Hey, what's up? It's Josh Shanley, and man, be quiet, dude. All right, let's go to my email. Okay, so notice in the promotions tab, this is the email that we've set up for get response to send. But if I go over to the primary, it's not there. Maybe I didn't set this up. Darn it. I did a test on one that I don't have that set up for. Let me think here. Does anybody care about that? Do you understand what I'm saying? If I had done it right, oh, Jason, yes. I forgot about that. So Jason reminded me that one of the bonuses that we had mentioned with LeadPages was the GoToWebinar platform. So I'm putting the bonus links. I'm putting the link again to LeadPages, and I'm putting a link to the platform that you can do that on. And response account. So I'm putting links below again. But let me do this. Well, let me go back to this. Does everybody understand what I'm saying there? If I had done this correctly, and if I had the digital asset delivery set up for that, there would have been a second email, which LeadPages is sending, but it's sending as us, right? Like it's still coming from whatever email address we tell it to send it from, but it would show up in the primary of this. So I hope that makes sense. And it's something that you all should figure out a way to use it. Even if it's a one-page PDF, it's worth taking a little time to create that PDF to use that little additional functionality on your own behalf. Let's see here. Anybody have questions? Let's see here. Very cool. Okay, so let's. You know what? I'll fire up a little Google Doc here. Actually, rather than do the Google Doc, what I'll probably do is I'll just pull up, because I just want to do this as a reminder of different ideas of how you could use LeadPages to just create better functioning capture pages for different ideas of lead capture traps. And Ryan's sort of already done the idea work there, or a lot of the idea work, I think. Again, what I plan to do is to go back through this little, what's 35 minutes so far of content, and we'll sort of highlight things and summarize what we're going through and going over. Man, the computer is so bogged down right now. I don't know why. There we go. Oh no, not incubation station. I'll have to find the link. I'll put the link in the summary of where Ryan has a whole bunch of ideas of offers that you can make, which could all be applied to LeadPages. You could create offers on LeadPages around all of those types of things. Who else? Let's see. Diana, yes, we will send this out to everyone. Yes, missed the entire thing. Part of it was I accidentally kicked people off as well. But yes, this was recorded. We'll get it. We'll get it in the members area. If you're not a member, I have you and I have your information, and I'll send this replay to all of you as well. I'm trying to think of what else I can and should highlight for everybody. I'll show you. I'll talk about and show you a little bit. Some different pages that might apply to your real estate business. So yesterday we talked about doing Google Hangouts, and we even told you that we created a platform to do your Hangouts. But LeadPages have some pages that you can also use if you choose to sort of post your Hangout on. And I can't remember. So here's one where this is called the live page, where you can embed your Hangout code, like when you're live. It's just called live page. I think that's it. The webinar replay is also one that you could do it with. Let's see here. A lot of these pages won't necessarily apply. You could do the Hangouts on any of these too, the video sales page and the webinar replay. I think that might be the same one, that particular one, video sales page up here. So they're just different ones that you could use these for to put the embed code in from your video if you're doing Hangouts and such, or even just not even doing Hangouts, but any of your video, you could pop them on here, so it's just a really nice looking page. When you send out to your, send an email with the information to your list. One of the things, you could create a cool About Me page if you like. The 404 page might be useful. Those are probably the primary ones specific to real estate that I think will be helpful. Don't worry about, the most important thing here for people who took action and got LeadPages is it's for anybody who's driving a significant amount of traffic. I really strongly believe that you should use LeadPages instead of the default GetResponse web forms because of the fact that they are mobile optimized. That's number one. Number two, they're on Google hosting or something like that. And I don't know exactly what that means other than the fact that it means they are super fast. And that's critical when you're driving traffic because, if the page doesn't load quickly, the visitor is going to be gone, fast. So, the fact that their pages also load really, really quickly is beneficial. Let's see here. Yeah, Google Apps hosting, which is the fastest out there publicly. Yep. What are some good uses for LeadPages on a WordPress website? The best uses would be to create different capture offers and simply link to them from your WordPress website. Or once you create them, now I don't have much experience doing this, but Ryan does. Once you create them, you can actually download it and then load it onto your page. I don't know how to do that, but you can do that as well. So you can make it an actual page on your WordPress site. But again, for most of you, the thing that it will be most useful for is if you're sending any amount of traffic, using it instead of the default web forms on GetResponse, because you're going to capture, it's just going to convert better, period. Because it's mobile optimized, and even the non-mobile traffic, it's just a little bit better and functions a little bit better. Can you show us how you would use them with a YouTube property video in the description? Do you mean how would you put a link to your page in a YouTube description? Or do you mean how would you put a YouTube video in on a page? And you said what type of offer? Sorry, Tyler, I don't follow what you mean. We post a video, and in the description, what kind of offer could we offer using LeadPages? Anything. I'm confused. So you would make a video. Let's say you would make a video of weekly market update. Let's just say that. You'd make a video, and then at the end, first of all, this brings in a good point that has nothing to do with LeadPages, but every video you create needs to have a call to action. And the call to action can be at the end, let's say for market updates. At the end you say, okay, great, this was Tyler with your weekly market update for blank area. If you'd like to get these weekly market updates in your inbox, use the link you find below this video and just click on the link, enter your email, and then every time I do one of these market updates, I'll happily send it right to your inbox. You could also say, let's say you're doing a video about a featured foreclosure property. Okay, hey, this was Tyler with your featured smoking hot foreclosure deal of the week. If you'd like a free weekly list of all blank area foreclosures and to get priority notifications about these Best Buy deals, just click the link below this video. Enter your email, and you'll have access to that information. Something like that. Is that what you mean, Tyler, or no? Okay, with High Tech Video Pro, I would just put in the description, just put the link to your squeeze page, and put whatever offer you want to make. Free weekly list of your area foreclosures, or depending on how you're using it, like if you're using it to try and prospect for sale by owners and expired listings, you might want to put a link to the seller lead capture page and just say, find out what your home might sell for right now. Click here, and put your local, whatever town it is. Click here. Or you might do the free market update, but I would just put the link and whatever your headline is for the lead capture page, I would put the link and then the text. So again, these aren't real estate videos, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like in the description, it just says to jump in with us, go here. So you would just put the link and then just say, whatever the headline is. Go here for a free weekly list of Harrisburg foreclosures. Go here to find out what your Harrisburg area home might sell for right now. Go here if you're interested in weekly market updates on the Harrisburg real estate market. That wasn't worded very well, but you get the idea, I think. The other day, you had posted a video, and I believe was hosted on YouTube. You had referenced clicking a link below, but there was no link, and I've seen that in the past by others as well. Do you have any idea why or how that happens, and or can you speak to the link? Well, if it's in the description, okay, so sometimes you have to look for it. It's possible it was on a. It's possible it was embedded. It's possible it was embedded on a blog or something, and maybe the link wasn't below as it was supposed to be. But this is the description area, and you can put a link, and as long as you put the http:// it'll hyperlink. Like I can click this, and it'll go over to that page. Yeah, the link is right there. It's right in the description, right below the video. It's like, I don't know. I think most users on YouTube know that they can find, more additional information in the description box, but it's possible not. Oh, it's a Facebook post. Aha. If you embed a YouTube link in a Facebook post and you're going to make that call to action, you may want to comment as yourself under it and put the link you're referring to. Because in a case like that, that's a very good point, Paul. And in fact, that's something I'm going to even make a note to myself to make sure that I start doing that when I post a video on Facebook. Excellent, excellent point. Just making a note. Good point. Good point. All right, any other questions, comments, concerns? Anybody need help on this or anything else? I can't remember. Did we have some questions that weren't? Let me just check at the beginning here. You know what? If you had a question at the beginning that was off topic and I said we'll cover that at the end, sorry, because I lost all of those when we got booted off. Ruth, how quickly will this be on the Reticulous site? I'll try to get it up there tonight, but it may not be until tomorrow morning. So, yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, it'll be tonight or tomorrow morning. What's that blog? 6-figure income post or something. I'll try and look that up, Paul. But you're saying it's on the blog that I didn't have the call to action, or yeah, either way, sometimes it's not directly a link too that you're referring to. It might be like a hyperlinked button or something like that. So I'm not sure exactly. Will we do any training related to the use of instant hangouts? Jason, are you talking about like how to create the Google Hangout? Actually using instant hangouts is super easy. Basically, once you launch, you have to actually launch your Hangouts on air, and then you take the YouTube ID, because when you launch a Hangout, it'll create an individual YouTube ID link. You put that here, you name your title of the Hangout, you put your address here, and it'll create a live page that will look like this. It'll have the big video. It'll have whatever you put as the title up here. It'll have the YouTube video streaming here, and then it'll have a comment section below like this. But we can do Jason, I don't know if you're a member or not, or maybe you just took action on the LeadPages, but we did a whole thing yesterday on Google Hangouts, and we can certainly do one. We've been planning on doing one for general online marketing, so maybe that we'll do that sooner than later, I think. All right, I think we're good. I think it's good time to wrap up, so I'm going to cut it off here. I will get it rendered and up into the members area, and I also will get it up in some way, shape, or form for those of you who aren't members but got access to this from becoming, from purchasing LeadPages. And I thank you, everybody, for the participation. What was I going to say? I apologize for, accidentally kicking people off, But we'll get that in here. We'll get some summary notes as well, and we'll talk soon.
The organizer has ended